Hello and welcome back to TST. If you're new to the channel, tap on the subscription button and press the notification bell so you can receive news and updates that you can rely on daily.
Blue state blues. The media would destroy the Republicans for what Pelosi is doing to block funding for the PPP. On Thursday, the $350 billion Paycheck Protection Program PPP ran out of money, having disbursed all of its funds to small businesses across the country. Meanwhile, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi sat in her mansion in San Francisco, refusing to call the House back into session to replenish the fund, and enjoying gourmet ice cream from her $25,000 freezer. Not only that, Pelosi was proud of her self-indulgence, tweeting her appearance this week on CBS's Late Late Show. Back in Washington, Senate Democrats, encouraged by Pelosi, continue to block Republican attempts to pass a $250 billion extension to the PPP by unanimous consent. That is, without requiring all of the senators to show up and vote in person. Democrats want to add all sorts of other riders, such as $150 billion for states, $100 billion for hospitals, and set-asides for women and minorities. Republicans say all that is debatable, but for now, they want a clean bill that simply funds the PPP. It is an entirely reasonable request under the emergency circumstances, but Pelosi has refused for more than a week to consider the idea. Last Thursday, 2 days after Secretary of the Treasury Steven Mnuchin requested the $250 billion, Pelosi told reporters that there was, quote-unquote, no data as to why we need it. As if the thousands of small business closures and the millions of jobs lost every week of the shutdown were not data enough to convince her of the need for emergency action. Even some Democrats have had enough. Senators Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona and Tina Smith of Minnesota both urged their party to pass the PPP, but their protests have fallen on deaf ears. Pelosi wants to increase the pain, hoping voters will blame Trump. If Republican Paul Ryan had still been Speaker and had been blocking a clean spending bill, he would have been impaled by now on the pitchforks of angry Capitol Hill journalists. When Republicans shut down the government in 2013 to oppose the implementation of Obamacare, then President Barack Obama called it, quote-unquote, life or death stuff. The media agreed. Now that lives and livelihoods are actually at stake, the media are silent. And Pelosi knows the media will let her get away with it. That is why she designed to allow cameras into her home to show Americans, millions of whom are running out of money for basic necessities like food, just how much ice cream she intends to eat. Aside from conservative media outlets, which have shown the expected displays of outrage, the mainstream media have shrugged. They show no interest in holding Pelosi accountable for what she and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer are doing to the American economy. Pelosi's behavior on PPP is part of a pattern. She also delayed the passage of the emergency relief bill last month, jetting in from San Francisco to scuttle bipartisan negotiations in the Senate. She insisted on drafting her own version of the bill, which included giveaways to left-wing special interest groups and urgent priorities such as ballot harvesting, recognized as fraud in states outside of California. During the delay that resulted from Pelosi's antics, millions more jobs were lost. The Speaker knew that her bill would not pass, but she wanted to deny President Donald Trump a victory. From the beginning of the crisis, she and her party have tried to pretend that he is not in charge. Pelosi deliberately omitted the president from her national address on the coronavirus in March. Back then, she boasted of Congress's quote-unquote swift action to pass emergency funding. But once Trump began asking for more relief, including the PPP, she found every reason to delay. While Pelosi dithers, more and more American small businesses are being forced to close their doors and lay off workers. The media share the blame. They never would have let a Republican do this. Their double standard is killing American jobs and will starve Americans soon.
Share your thoughts and responses in the comments down below. If you've liked this report, let us know by tapping that like button down below, share the news among friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more news and updates on TST. I'm David Ravine, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay home, stay healthy, and stay safe.